of the breathtaking Champions League football. Orlando Pirates away from home in front of the 12th man of MC Alger. They snatch a victory, and I use the word snatch because the amount of pressure, relentless, wave after wave, MC Alger pressure, eventually was not able to crack the wall of defense that Pirates did, and Nkota with the goal that made the difference.
Thomas, yeah, you got to give credit to Pirates. You know, they've absorbed so much of pressure. You've mentioned it, relentless, aggressive, but obviously MC Alger could not sustain that pressure. And brilliant substitution by Coach Rivero. Nkota comes on. I think Algeria is his happy hunting ground, you know. Previously against Peru is dead, and now he does the job again against MC Alger.
Vila, your thoughts on the performance?
Good game plan, absorbing the pressure, something that we've touched on. And it was important for Pirates to stay patient also, because of I don't think the way MC Alger came on, they were not going to be able to sustain that intensity for the longest time, because of one moment whereby they lost concentration in their defensive organization. That was going to be Pirates' opening, because Pirates was going to be that threat. That's why even during halftime we had said, which change would I like to see? And I said, I'd like to see Nkota coming in, because of he's got the ability, the skillful penetration, he's got the ability to go into spaces, because of you absorb, but then of course you will need that kind of player that will come in. So that concentration of MC Alger couldn't sustain until 90 minutes, because of the way you're gonna lose that concentration. And once you lose that concentration, of course Pirates was able to be very useful with that opportunity.
All right, oxygen.
Mara kwa bona umuntu ashaya 4 wena anema problems. Umuntu ashaya 4 relaxile. Ashaya 4 relaxile.
Vila, tell us what you saw. They got relaxing.
No muntu, they got coach from his screening. I've never seen Mumuzo going to the screen and trying to go inside the screen and be like, actually, let me take this moment. But he remained composed because he knew what the boys are going to do.
I think Thomas, if you have to look at what the coach did today, I think a tactical master plan. The game was won from the bench. We always speak about the coach's influence. The coach's influence is going to the game with plan A and then plan B. I think different type of player. In the first 45 minutes, you go with a more technical quality of a player. In Dlamini, he starts the game. You're looking at him retaining the ball for longer periods. But you can see that in the 60 minutes that he spent on the field of play, now you need an outlet. You need an outlet to assist Mahopa. When Mahopa goes onto those wide channels, you need somebody to run down the middle. A delightful ball by Rile Mufugeng to find Nkota. But if you're saying he's returning the stars, Thomas, he scores the first goal for Pirates in the group stages. That is Nkota with a brace. He scores it in Algeria. He comes back now in the knockout stages. He opens the account in the knockout stages. In Algeria, that is Nkota. It's returning the stars.
Well, there you go. And when you talk about stars, when you win a Champions League, that's what you get, a star on your jersey, and that's what the fight is all about here. This is what's going on as far as in Cairo. They won the game, but it doesn't look like the Egyptians are too happy with that 1-0 scoreline. It has all to play for in the second leg in Mauritania. Al Hilal well and truly alive in this one.
Yeah, Thomas, it's a bit of a surprise. I'm sure that's why tempers are flaring. Hilal have really put up a fight there. And Ahly knows that playing away, it's anyone's game, you know. So I think Florent Ibenge should be really proud of himself for this guy's putting up a very, very tough fight there in the hotbed of Cairo.
It is an interesting result, that one. They have won, but by the narrowest of margin and at home.
Yeah, I think well planned by Al Hilal, because I think one thing that they would want to have as a group is that strength. With that strength, they can intimidate Al Ahly, which I think they did. Perfect game plan executed. Hold as much as you can, give yourself a chance so that you keep it alive. So they did that. So with them, credit must be given to them.
And they did it without their main goal scorer, Abdul Rahman. He wasn't part of the squad today, and if he does come back for the second leg, well, it really could be a very difficult day at the office for Al Hilal in that second leg. Speaking of difficult days at the office, well, Asfar had a difficult day at the office. Pyramids putting them to bed, and comfortably so. 4-1 is a very handy lead to take to Morocco.
I think it's a handy lead. home advantage used properly, 4 goals that you score. All they need is a goal away from home and the tie is over. And I think you are looking at Asfar to say they'll be caught in catch-22 because they don't know, do you defend? If you go all out attack, they score one, the whole game is finished. But in that instance, I think they'll look at themselves and say 4-1 is not a true reflection of the game because they gave away the ball 3 times and Pyramid scored 3 times. So they need to do better in the build-up phase and respect the zone. They were taking risks in a zone where you're not supposed to take a risk.
Do you expect such a big scoreline there?
Not 4. I expected maybe 2 possibly because Asfar also quite a decent team, in the group stages. But they just have a new coach in Pedro Santos, former Rwanda coach. So I think he's going to have a tough game ahead of him in the return leg next week.
2 braces in that game, and we'll show you the goals. That'll come up right after the break, but let's confirm for you what has taken place on the first legs of the Caf Champions League semi-finals. Mamelodi Sundowns did it. Peter Shalulile was the difference earlier on in the day at Loftus. MC Alger threw everything they had at the National Stadium there at the Independence Day Stadium in Algeria, and then Ahly 1-0 over Al Hilal. Ahly scoring in that one. Pyramids 2 braces. Asfar have it all to do. The goals are coming your way. The conversation, unpacking the day's action. That is next. So stay with us if you've missed it. Absolutely one of the games of his life.
Thomas, he has been doing this consistently in the Champions League. He and the guys in front of him, take nothing away from the Pirates' defense collectively. But China has really come to the fore, and you can see why he's number 2 Bafana keeper. So he's been in outstanding form. And you look at this game, this takes Pirates to 11 matches undefeated in the Champions League. An amazing run, Thomas.
Absolutely brilliant effort there. Great save there as Naiji tried to get his side onto the score sheet in the opening half there, and that pressure continued to be poured on Villa in the second half as he just needed to come up with save after save.
And it remained solid, It remained solid, kept Pirates in the game, and that's what you need also sometimes. You just need that motivation, and he was that kind of player that will always keep them in the game because of these saves, man. Look, there I thought he could use his hands, but also I think that was sportsmanship that was played there. Even the MC player, they're able to retreat also to see that could be a danger, but he remained solid for me. I think he's been giving these performances throughout the Caf Champions League game because of his one pillar that you could count on. So he remained focused, and then he did the job perfectly today. So it's been amazing for me.
Dying moments of the game there. Shots were still flying in. Sipochain kept strong there. Then the substitution happens, as you described it. And I know even when we went into the halftime break, you thought Ngota was the solution.
Yeah, definitely. I thought as the game progresses, because of as much as Dlamini played well, I mean, he played a key part in terms of tiring the players. And then equally to that, I mean, that moment of Nkota able to be that willing player that's able to run beyond the space. Because if you needed someone to run beyond the space, and with the intelligence of Real also able to see that pass and that movement, him able to see that movement and coming to that space. And for me, what's perfect for him is just putting his body in front of the defender. Because one move there, you touch me, I go down. But also he remained composed. The genius of the pass as well from Mofokeng.
I think when you're looking at the president, Urile Mofokeng, that was assist number 13 in all competition. Giving the ball to Kokota Piano, Kinder Joy, that was goal number 5 in all competition. Before the game started, we were speaking about the braveness and the boldness of Coach Jose Rivero to say he has the confidence of putting in the youngster. He looks to the bench, he looks at a 20-year-old, and he says, you are the man that is going to change this game for me. I'm taking out Lamine, I'm bringing you. You need to make those runs in behind the defense. The intelligence of Nkota of standing. I think you are thinking there's VAR here. I don't need to rush. I'll wait for the ball to run across my body. If you tackle, it's a penalty. He stands up and he is brave in the box. For me, the weight of the pass from Rile Mofokeng also, the maturity that Rile has to play that ball first time, Thomas, for Nkota to wait for the ball to come across him and be able to put it in the back of the net. I think it was excellent. Nkota, he comes from the development of Orlando Pirates, Rile development of Orlando Pirates, the young stars doing the business for Orlando Pirates.
both of you with Villa and yourself, Muto, are former attacking players, former goal scorers. That finish, I mean, that is a really cool finish.
Really cool finish. I like it because of it remained composed and able to open up your feet because he uses inside foot to able to just roll it on because of the ball is good height also, just it lands and then eyes on the ball, open up your feet, place it nicely. Because of one, it could have blasted the keeper and it could have went the other way, but he remained composed in that level because as I say, these are players no longer now with the experience, but then it's potential that has a game winning factor. Because for me, what's important is winning factor. So they're getting to that level and they can only get better and better and better.
Now, VAR is part of the process from the quarterfinal stage onwards. Yes. And we saw lots of angles when they did find the back of the net, MC Alger. VAR looked at this.
Yeah, they looked at it thoroughly, but you could see obviously there was a foul on the goalkeeper clearly, and at least the officials in the VAR booth were fair and tried to give different angles. But clearly there was a foul on China there. You could see the elbow of the captain, Abdullahi.
We see Ghazala go up here. He gets the elbow in. And then Abdullahi finding the back of the net, the captain. But enough contact there to make sure that doesn't count.
But I look at the positioning of the referee also before it could even go to VAR. He was in a position to see that there was a foul that happened before. So spot on for me.
Big decision though. Still a big decision to make in front of 63,000.
I think a big decision to make, and that's why we're at this stage where there's VAR, the referee is assisted by the video referee to be able to assist him. But for me, it's China's braveness in today's game. I think the way he came off timelessly off his line to save Orlando Pirates. You're looking at this clean sheet today, it's clean sheet number 7 in the Champions League. In all competition, it's 16 clean sheets for Sipochai. It grants him that place as with a seat behind Ronan Williams now. We can confidently say that it's Bafana's number 2. Great performance tonight.
Vongota, a very special goal indeed, his 3rd of the Champions League and also only the 3rd goal scored against MC Alger in this year's Champions League. They have been super tight in defense, but not today, as look at how much pressure Pirates had to absorb to now get out of Algiers with the victory.
I think, Thomas, if for me, the credit needs to go to that back 3. I think Mbokazi, one of those that stands out again tonight. Mbokazi, Sibisi, Koki, I thought they were excellent. To restrict them to 5 shots, Thomas, on target. I think Mbokazi has to get
on
some
target, but the one just above that says 21 shots.
Yeah, but in total, yeah. But for me, why I say the 5, Thomas, is also. No, they limited so much to get to Che. The back 3, they really limited so much to get to Che. That's what I'm saying. The back 3 really did very well. Yes, they created huge amounts of opportunities. That is MC Alger. We also need to give them credit for the creativity.
Yeah, it was one of those games that you just could not take your eyes off the screen because something was going to happen. Pirates would try and catch on the counter-attack and Alger were looking to try and make the home advantage count for them. Let's move on to what else happened in the Champions League. Plenty goals that were scored and I don't want you to miss out on a single one of them, as here we look at it. Ahly against Al Hilal, and this is 11 minutes in. You think from here on in, Suresh, it's going to be an avalanche of goals maybe, but Ali couldn't find another one.
Yeah, Thomas, a brilliant goal by Mohamed Hani. You know, he's normally a right back, but he comes in a very offensive position. And you rightfully mentioned, we thought here the floodgates are going to open, but Al Hilal held strong, you know, and it's just a goal that they down, and they still got to play at home. So it's all to play for back at home. Obviously, they play the games in Mauritania.
The fairy tale continues. And then the numbers telling you the story. 12 shots, 4 of them on target. The passes, again, so many of them that Al Ahly were able to make, but even 8 corners and not able to find another goal to make this game safe.
Yeah, I'm sure they were probing and trying to get that second one, whereby the second one will give you a step towards a semi-final. And then, of course, they have a stubborn side like Al Hilal, which are going to be very stubborn. And they don't really concede so much, even at home in their league.
What do you think Ali will do in the second leg? Do they just try to defend this one and say, listen, you got to now get by us? Or they try to look for something in the early stages?
They will try to look for something in the early stages. Now it goes to the opposite of saying, Al Ahly, are you able to go take on the pressure that they're going to bring, then try to go on the counter, of course, in so many occasions. But they want to try and probe also now and ask questions of Al Ahly. So that's going to be the type of game whereby Al Hilal will come out and Al Ahly, of course, will try to go on the counter.
Can you imagine Al Hilal doing the unthinkable with their story? I mean, the story of the civil war in Sudan, not being able to play at home, and then they now have a situation where they're 90 minutes away and only 1 goal down against Al Ahly.
They're unthinkable. It is
unthinkable. Nobody's thought that can happen.
We spoke about a coach playing according to the profile of his players. When you're looking at the Al Ahly players, I don't think they have the profile of suffering for longer periods in the game where they will go on a low block, medium block and try and defend. They are ball playing, most of them. And when you're looking at Abu Ali, he needs to come in and hold up the balls. You're looking at Tafiq in that midfield. He needs to be the man that kicks the ball for longer periods. I don't see Ali going away from home and trying to defend. They will try and get an early goal. Yes, if they can't, then they will try and absorb as much pressure as possible. The likes of Afsha would be key to come off the bench and impact the game. Unlucky today not to get one coming off the bench.
How did Pyramids do it? They did it relatively easily, and they started scoring very early in this game. Is that what rocked Asfar Villa? The goal going in within 2 minutes of kickoff?
Yeah, also you just have to give it to Pyramids how they did their pressing. And this proves if then you're able to press in the right way, able to find yourself in advanced positions whereby you're able to score from there. So those are the benefits of winning the ball up high. And also trying to get, even with this combination, able to play the third man, because if you see there's a third man each and every time when they hit the ball, and they're able to have numbers in the box. So for me, it's a striker that's a push striker, going to the near post, finding the net. So you could see now the game starting to open up. So Pyramids are starting to stretch.
6 goals in the Champions League now for Fiston Mayela. He has found his scoring boots in the Champions League, and you can see why it is that Pyramids picked him up at the beginning of the season. Then it was time for Ibrahim Adel to continue his goal scoring form as he moves on now to 7 goals.
Yeah, Thomas, he's been one of the exciting young players also on the African continent. He's not that young, but he's about 23, 24. Exciting talent. But again, like Fiston Mayela, he just came out of the FIFA break. He scored for his national team, DRC Congo. So he's in a very rich vein of form, you know.
They're the 2 braces as in the second half, Pyramids make the game very safe in front of their home fans in Cairo with a 4-1 victory. But guys, the question now becomes, second leg in Morocco. Asfar, they need 3 unanswered goals and they would go through. 3-0 would put them through. Is this game over?
The game is over because you look at the way they defended. All the goals that Pyramids scored, they didn't have to go and grind and find for it. It was easy to manufacture those goals. So for me, the problem is the defense for Asfar, because for me, they defended poorly in all the 4 goals that they conceded.
I mean, 6 on target, 4 in the back of the net. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, definitely couldn't be happier. But at the same time, I look at Asfar also having to go back at home. You say, is it dead that you can't believe that maybe you might do something that's never been done before? I mean, this is Champions League. I mean, Champions League is there for history. It gives an opportunity to say never, you know, you can't die.
Say it again, this is what?
It's Champions League.
This is Champions League. You've heard it there. Quarterfinal, second legs. They're on your World of Champions. We're going to be bringing them you. There's 2 days worth of it next week on Tuesday. 3 matches. Then Pirates on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. The build-up beginning at 5 o'clock there. Gentlemen, give me 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. How many words you want to say about the action you saw today, Sudesh?
Unbelievable, exciting, fantastic, the best of African football.
What a summation. Hilal.
I'll give you you remember that look that I gave?
Yeah.
That is today.
But you're both smiling, which is a great thing. As Mamelodi Sundowns get the 1-0 victory, Orlando Pirates get the 1-0 victory, and South African football, wow, send a message across the African continent that the football we play here in South Africa needs to be taken seriously on a continental level, and you saw that today. I'm your jersey number 10 saying good night. See you again next week as we bring you more in the Caf Champions League with those critical second leg quarterfinals. Good night.